All right, what is up, everybody? Welcome, VeeFriends fans, holders, and the rest of the community. So, VeeFriends is definitely popping, even though the price of Ethereum is going down. Of course, the floor price has gone down, which we'll get into later. And there's been so much activity in terms of the book games, aka VeeFriends 1.5, and we're still awaiting news for VeeFriends 2. But this podcast episode is going to be more towards VeeFriends 1.5 or the book games and a general roundup um, of VeeFriends. So we're going to start off with the blog. Every week, VeeFriends releases an article on a weekend or the weekly roundup, telling about the news, recent sales, um, anything regarding VeeFriends. So let's get right into it. Again, I'll put this in the show notes so you can kind of read what is going on here. So, VeeFriends Roundup, book games, Hangout Hawk Session number 2, Friends of VeeFriends, and more. Okay, so let's start off with this. Book games are in preseason mode, and whatever could be happening on the 17th of December, all this and more as we round up the week. So, what can be happening on the 17th of December, we'll get to that in a second. But if you're on Twitter, let's hop on Twitter real quick. Just jump the gun. There's been so many people posting about literally the book games and donating books. People have copped so many of the 12 and a half book by Gary Vee because they know for a fact they're going to get these tokens. Who knows what these tokens are going to be, what they're going to be utilized for exactly, but people have bought tons, boxes, literally boxes of the book, and they're gonna get so many book games. Who knows the value of those books once they um, start to progress in the project itself? People have been donating books. I think the whole campaign of what Gary Vee has done with his books is just phenomenal marketing because he pre-sold the book in in the form of an NFT as well, right? So you can get an NFT via the book games, and the book itself is spreading like wildfire in terms of branding and marketing, and the whole picture of it is just amazing. And here's why. So he pre-sells it. People have bought large quantities because I'm pretty sure he knew people were gonna hoard and really go all in, freaking ape out on these books, and then later give it away. Because here's the thing that he incentivized people to give away free books to the community. In return, like of course he'll get a lot of respect, a lot of admiration, good for the community, but also he incentivized them for drops. I think he has a competition. I need to read it here on Twitter that for people who have donated books or gave away books were in the contention of getting $80,000. Right, so out of 300 people, um, I think 80 of them are going to get $80,000, something along those lines. But point is, people who have been donating books are definitely getting an incentive for doing so by VeeFriends and Gary Vee, right? So this whole campaign has been really calculated and very, very, very impressive. Gotta say. So it's gonna be very exciting to see what happens, what the book game NFTs are going to look like, and oh my god, I can't believe I missed out, and so many others. But maybe there's an opportunity to still be part of the book games, maybe in the third, maybe on OpenSea or any other marketplaces where you can cop one of these and be part of it, right? VeeFriends 1 is still very expensive, even though it has dropped, but you can still be part of it. So, again, the VeeFriends, not every single NFT is a core, which you do have 3 years of access to the VCon, right? But some other cool NFTs, such as Hangout Hawk, where you can have a FaceTime session. Um, you get a hangout session with Gary Vee. So it's the second one that's going to happen. It's going to happen on December 16th at 12 o'clock Eastern time. So if you're a Hangout Hawk NFT holder, VeeFriends holder, then you have exclusive access to Gary Vee in this virtual hangout session with Gary Vee. Again, over the next 3 years. So don't forget about that. And it's going to be very exciting to see what type of content comes out of that, right? Really good content. Book games, book games, book games. Okay, earlier this week, Gary mentioned in the Discord that anyone who's expecting book games NFTs dropping late December, early January to connect their eligible wallet on the VeeFriends website. Although connecting your wallet will help verify your information and prepare you for the token drop, it is not crucial at this stage. So you don't want to be late to the game. It's better to be early at the party. So definitely, if you have or you're anticipating a token drop via the book games, definitely go on the VeeFriends website and put in your eligible wallet, connect to it, because you don't want to be left out if you don't. Like, that'll be a massive L, right? Let's be real here. 1217. 1217. Okay, this is what it said on the blog. You may have recently seen an interesting tweet from Gary Vee mentioning the date 1217, and although we cannot leak any alpha, he did mention that childhood Gary is smiling. Stay tuned as we think the entire VeeFriends community will be excited to hear what's been brewing. And then there's a tweet in the bottom by Gary Vee saying, excited for the collab I'm dropping on 1217. Worked on it all year. Childhood Gary is smiling. So I'm a huge Gary Vee fan. Pretty sure you guys are too. What do you think he's going to drop? What maybe cartoons did he watch when he was a kid? What's something that's very nostalgic to him that he's been watching? Was it like, baseball cards? Was it wrestling? What was it exactly that maybe he's going to collaborate with, right? I can't really think of any cartoons that he was watching back in the days. So it's going to be very cool. I think it's going to be some sort of brand character, a very antique sort of cool one back in the days, maybe a 70s character. I don't know from which show, but I think it's going to be very exciting. There might be a brand collaboration, right? I mean, that's what he's doing, a collaboration, but I think it might be like a Mickey Mouse or something along those lines of a TV show that he grew up with. That's my personal opinion. We'll see. Only 4 days left because the time of this recording is the 13th of December, right? So just to keep that in mind. Now, last week, people are still flexing their wine bottles of Empathy Elephant / Empathy Wines collaboration. Um, People have been getting that in the mail. They've been flexing and looks really dope. I think it's the first NFT collectible that Gary Vee has launched, right? Maybe besides the GOAT gift token. So if you have that, you would have gotten a physical collectible of the art piece of Daniel Cole, I think, the guy who's made. Um, it was a collaboration between VeeFriends and Danny Cole. It's definitely a top 10 project. As a matter of fact, I'm blanking out right now. Let's see the actual name of the collaboration that Gary Vee did. And it's in VeeFriends mini drops, by the way, if you're looking on this for OpenSea. So it's the GOAT's arrival in Creature. That's a collaboration that Gary Vee did with Creature. As a matter of fact, the floor price on this is 2.98 ETH. That thing has dropped. Is definitely dropped. Anyways, so yeah, um, there's only like I think 1,200 bottles that you could have gotten. That was like the limited amount of empathy wine, empathy elephant NFTs, wine bottles if you want to call it that he had. Now that's long gone. You can't buy it anymore. Actually, you could get it on Amazon. Sorry, on eBay rather. On eBay, you can cop that. I think for a few $100 actually. I think a minimum $300, something like that. I'll put that in the show notes. Go on eBay, you can find literally the wine bottles if you want to cop them. If you were too late to that, right? But anyways, there's another drop, or I think he's helping another luxury brand. It's not his because Empathy Wines he actually built and sold. So there's this other brand called Robert Mondavi Winery and Stapleverse. So Robert Mondavi Winery helped pioneered Napa Valley wine region notoriety. Has partnered with luxury porcelain house Bernard to create 1,966 limited edition bottles of master blended wine available exclusively via NFT. So it's almost essentially what he's doing with VeeFriends and Empathy Wine, but this time it's not his brand. It's a limited edition. I think if you're a collector of wines, this could be a cool collectible, but I don't think it's going to beat the Empathy Elephant / Empathy Wines bottle, in my personal opinion. Now let's talk about the actual cake, the actual sales of VeeFriends in the past week. Now this is crazy. Number one has been the what is it? The orangutan, the offensive orientated orangutan for 30 Ethereum. That's the record of this week, of the week. And number 2 and number 3 has been the Gift Goats at 21.69 Ethereum and 20 Ethereum, respectively. After that, in fourth place, comes the Daring Dragonfly at 10.1 Ethereum. And during net sale, 10.1 Ethereum was equivalent to $39,000, $39.6 thousand. And going back to number 1, the offensive orientated orangutan was again sold for 30 Ethereum, which equated to $131,000. That's some serious cake. That is some serious cake. Now, number 5 is the Badass Bulldog for 10 ETH for about $44,000, and that's crazy. It wasn't a core. I think it was the one with the orange background. That's the very rare one. So it's the very rare Badass Bulldog. And going back to the Daring Dragonfly, that was a rare. That wasn't a core. Just keep note of that. And that's just crazy. And it says right here that the orientated orangutan at 30 Ethereum was actually minted for 0.74 Ethereum back in May. That is just absurd. This guy more than 30x'd his value right there. That's just amazing. Oh my God. And it hasn't even been a year. Gosh. Okay. I want to talk about branding for a second because the reason why, again, VeeFriends is so amazing, apart from Gary Vee himself really being the face of VeeFriends, is the strong marketing that they put around different channels, right? And this is what you don't see, I think, on different NFT projects. Of course, everyone has Discord, everyone has Twitter. That's like the go-to. That's what you need. That's the bread and butter of creating an NFT project, especially Discord, right, or Telegram. But what I love about VeeFriends is they're literally on every single platform. They're on YouTube. Yes, they only have like 1.27 thousand subscribers, but that's still a lot. They create content. They create content. As a matter of fact, I never watched this video, but they created this video 12 days ago of the goat's arrival in Creature World, gift goat, gift number 1, and it kind of shows, I think, the video of Gary Vee with the collaboration of Creature World, and him actually drawing and signing the actual drops or the physical artworks that people have gotten in the mail, right? Going on to Twitter, they have about 4,000 followers, and this guy is really pushing so much content around different social media channels. I mean, it's not popping off, but 4,000 followers is 4,000 followers, and he's being omni-channel, and this is going to be something that he's going to be working on for the next, again, I'm quoting him right here, like 40 years, 45 years. So he just keeps on growing, and he's going to really create this into an actual, like, brand. I think he's going to make it like the next Mickey Mouse, next Disney, etc. And that's his goal. And I can definitely see that because he's being an omni-channel. He's being on different social media platforms, creating brands, creating a community via Discord. And it's just amazing, right? And it hasn't even been a year. Now on Instagram, again, this is all vanity metrics, but 175,000 followers, been verified, creating tons of content, 653 posts, all about positivity behind the all around positivity based on the NFT characters themselves, right? And I think that's amazing. Love the graphics, love the content, and I'm really vibing with this, right? That's on Twitter. Sorry, that's on Instagram. Now on Twitter, that's where you get a lot of good information about VeeFriends and where it's going and what's going to happen, and a lot of cool, funny memes and whatnot, right? So this is where you see pictures of people, even on the stories on Instagram actually, but like what people are dropping. For example, I wanted a free book of 12 and a half. So people who have literally bought boxes and boxes and boxes of 12 and a half to get these tokens, they have so many books that like they can just give it away, right? And some are doing it for free, like free shipping too. So there's literally a tweet that VeeFriends retweeted, so did Gary Vee, where this guy, you put in your information in this Google document, like an Excel sheet and whatnot, and then he's going to send you the book. Hopefully, I got in it in time, but I think that's really awesome. So you can find some good value on Twitter. Again, Twitter has about 109,000 followers. Now let's talk about the good stuff that if you want to hear, if you don't care about branding and marketing and whatnot, and you just care about the floor price, then sure, let's get into it. So going on VeeFriends, not VeeFriends mini drops, but VeeFriends, the floor price has actually decreased. And the funny thing is, I was literally on OpenSea 30 minutes ago, and there's this one called the Sympathetic Squid that was at around like 8.3 Ethereum, but I guess it's been sold because now the next floor price is 8.5 Ethereum. It's the balanced Beal. So 8.5 Ethereum equates to right now $31,964.08, right? So it's been pretty cheap or cheaper. $31,000 is not cheap, but it's been cheaper relative to the previous prices of like 35,000 ETH, 37,000 ETH. Um, if you want to do an auction right now, let's see. There's an auction with the top bid of 6.5 Ethereum, 6.9 Ethereum, 8 Ethereum. Um, Maybe you can get lucky and cop one for underneath the floor price, right? Again, there's going to be massive benefits, I think, if you own a VeeFriends 1 before VeeFriends 2 gets released. So that's really cool. I think it's going to be dropped in January. Again, Gary Vee said Q1 of 2022. So definitely excited about that. I wonder how the art pieces are going to look like. But again, VeeFriends 1 is going to top off everything. VeeFriends 2 is not going to be better than VeeFriends 1. But it's still going to be very exciting and maybe a cool opportunity to really be part of this great project that Gary Vaynerchuk is doing. So that pretty much concludes the end of the episode. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Are you going to buy a VeeFriends 1? If not, what about VeeFriends 2? Do you have the book games tokens? Are you going to do that? If not, are you going to buy it off OpenSea? Be part of the game somehow, some way? Let's see. It'll be really cool. Wish you the best of luck, and until next time.